Name, education, and profession.
My name is Zain Jafar. I'm director of marketing for a recycling company called R-Cube. 24 years old, and I studied economics from the University of Manchester, where I did my bachelor's.
What is RQ? Where did the concept come from?
R-Cube stands for Recycle, Reuse, and Restore. It's a paper waste management business. R-Cube stands for two things actually. It's R raised to the power of 3, which means recycle, reuse, restore, the 3 R's. And also the cube, R-Cube, like C-U-B-E. So the cube is our sole product, and then there's services attached to that. What we do is we basically collect paper waste from schools, organizations, and households. Our services are free of charge, and the only way we make money is by selling it to paper mills and packaging industry, which is how we can basically offer our services for free. The concept came from me studying in the UK. You're basically made to sort out your trash at source over there. So papers, plastics, and glass have different compartments basically. Over here in Pakistan, you're basically conditioned to throw your trash into the dustbin and not recycle it per se. So once it leaves the confines of your household, you have no idea what's done with it basically. So it contributes to landfills and more waste, and it burns also. So I mean, the resource value isn't being tapped into.
How successful has your organization been so far? Do people understand or contribute towards your work?
We were formed in July of 2011. We've been very successful. We've seen exponential growth in our company. I mean, we're increasing at an increasing rate per se. Everybody is basically a customer. Nobody can say that they don't consume waste or they don't have waste. And plus, our services are free of charge. So it's basically our responsibility to inculcate a feeling of recycling and responsibility within the Pakistani population. Yeah, that's about it. The response is great. We have a 0% refusal rate because all we have to go say to somebody is keep our cube, and all you have to do is make that little bit of extra effort to put your paper waste into that cube. After which our collectors come on a weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, or a daily cycle, depending on the client. It's all client specific, and that's about it. It's very plug and play.
Entrepreneur at a young age. What has been your philosophy so far?
Well, I think sitting behind a desk, 9 to 5 job, having somebody else as your boss, isn't as fruitful as having your own work, having your own baby per se. So, I mean, I wouldn't give my child off to somebody else to, raise basically. So I want my career, and I want more control over my career per se. At the end of the day, I've seen people with jobs being laid off. At least at the end of the day, if my company does go bankrupt, even I still have those assets in hand, or that experience in hand to develop something at my own pace. Also, to put more, I mean, I believe you put more effort into something that you own. So, yeah.
Who has been your inspiration?
Well, personally, my grandmother's been my inspiration. She passed away 2 years ago, and she was a very strong lady, so she always pushed me forward towards greatness, basically. But if you look at a public figure per se, I think Mark Zuckerberg is an amazing example, the founder of Facebook. So at 24, he was a billionaire, the youngest billionaire in the world. And I mean, Facebook, he started off with a company for $1,000. You can't open a pawn shop right now for $1,000, which is equal to 9,000 rupees right now. I mean, he's basically boasting about $5 billion of profit every year now.
3 words that describe you.
Straightforward, honest, and very hardworking.
Hobbies and interests.
I like to row. I row at the Karachi Boat Club. I was part of the rowing team also. In 2009, I had the fastest 500-meter erg. It's an indoor rower basically. Apart from that, I've been drumming for around 9 years now. Had a couple of underground bands, did a couple of commercial projects also. And on weekends, I enjoy, hanging out with my friends, just relaxing. and playing cricket on Sundays.
Where do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
I see myself as still being part of R Cube and expanding it. Right now, we're at whole, we're a waste management company, but we're only dealing with paper right now. We want to go into plastics, glass, metal, waste from factories, everything and anything to do with waste. And then we want to make it into renewable energy. We want to like take out the most from the resource value, basically. Like, होता है ना कि, sorry, basically like a towel. When you basically well, wipe some water with it and it's drenched basically, so you turn it and there are a couple of droplets that come out of it, and then you turn it again and there's still those little drops. So we want to maximize resource value. We want to make it, we want to be the pioneers. We are the pioneers right now in the waste management industry. There's nobody around who's doing what we're doing, so we have zero competition, and I hope to see more players in the market, in the waste industry, because it's a disorganized sector. We're trying to make it organized and we're profitable. So once you show people that's a profitable venture, we would want people to help us also or compete against us, and make Pakistan a cleaner, greener place to live in.
How do people contact you or get in touch with your organization?
We have a Facebook page, which very accessible. It's www.facebook.com/rrrcube, or you can email us on info@rrr.com.pk, or if you call us on 0322 RRR Cube, CUBE.
Your message for the youth of our nation.
Well, I would say come out of your bubble, come out of that shell that everyone's living in. You need to like face real world facts, what's going on around you apart from what's happening in your home or in your social circle. You need to see that, well, we're trying to inculcate a feeling of responsibility to the youth by recycling, by increasing your resource value. I mean, if I can give you a small example, a ton of paper, which is a Shazor truck, is equal to 17 trees saved, 4,000 gallons of water, 4,000 kilowatts of electricity. So you're talking about all of these things being scarce. I mean, you have load shedding over here, you have petrol hikes in prices. So you need to like maximize all those resource values, and you have to be responsible as a Pakistani citizen and what your footprint is per se.